Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chine. Um, let's get into some news updates. I got three of them. Let's go. This is the first one. So this is the Jackson bribery scandal. You know, the mayor, Chokwe Lumumba, he's in that one. So U.S. District Court Judge Daniel Jordan mentioned on Friday that he is setting the trial for July 13th, 2026, and scheduling two status conferences on October the 1st of 2025 and April the 1st of 2026. This is the trial for Jackson Mayor Chokwe Lumumba, Hinds County District Attorney Jody Owens, and Ward 6 Councilman Aaron Banks, all of whom are being charged for their role in alleged scandal to bring a convention center hotel to Jackson. Okay, Owens is facing 8 charges, and Lumumba and Banks are facing multiple counts for accepting the bribe to bring the hotel. Child, and as part of the April 11 order, the judge is asking that they produce all in scope cellular telephone data to the defendants by April the 7th. All transcripts of relevant audio and video recordings no later than May 6th. Meanwhile, all motions in the case are due by February the 6th of next year, while any defendant who wishes to plead guilty must notify the court by May 29th, 2026. This order comes just weeks after Jordan heard from attorneys who were seeking to push off the trial, in part due to a large amount of discovery. And then I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, 2026? But child, they got 44,000 pages of documents and 500 hours of audio and video records. That's why it's pushed back so far. They got to listen and read all that. So Lumumba, he still ran for mayor, might I add. Owens and Banks were indicted last October. All pleaded not guilty during their initial appearance in November. The court initially set the trial for January the 6th, but attorneys for both sides said that that was too early based on part of, the amount of evidence. 44,000 pages. That was a lot. In late November, the court granted a joint motion to declare the case complex and instructed attorneys to confer and submit an estimated trial length, including jury selection and 3 trial dates mutually agreeable to the parties. This is a bad situation to be in. So the parties anticipated a trial lasting at least a month, but they could not agree on 3 dates. The government sought a trial date no later than January of 2026, and the defendants sought a trial as late as July 2026. Then, after receiving additional discovery, counsel for defendant Aaron Banks sought leave to submit new trial dates that would push the date back to fall of 2026. So this is going to be an interesting summer next year. Lord say the same. This is a lot. So I know you've heard about this, right? Who I think is going to be the next president, Governor Josh Shapiro. Bail was denied for this arsonist, right? Who tried to burn the governor's home down and unalive him and his family due to the fact he has disdain for Democrats. He said that on social media. I don't even understand that. That is insane. So his name is Cody Balmer, 38, right? So he was complying with the police as they took him from the police car into the courthouse. He had his beige green sweatshirt on, and he happened to stick his tongue out at the reporter who asked him, why did he do this alleged crime? This is insane. So the Judge Dale Klein, asked, was there any mental illness, something like that. He said, that's the rumor, but no, ma'am. And then his attorneys was asking for a reasonable monetary bail. The judge denied the bail, as she should. He's already tried to unalive this man and his family in their house. There were no conditions that could keep him from being a danger to the community. When the judge announced that she was denying the bail, he said, thank you, ma'am. Certifiably insane. Governor Shapiro and his family were in the residence at the time of the fire, which was reported at about 2 a.m. Sunday. They were evacuated safely and were not injured, according to state police. Thank God. Let's go to the last one. Child, down there in Florida, there are 2 women that are selling human remains on Facebook Marketplace. So Kimberly Schopper, 52, and Ashley Lalesi were arrested and charged with the purchase or sale of human organs and tissue, according to court records. That is insane. This department captain, he said he hasn't seen this in the 17 years he's worked at this place. So the police got a tip back in December 2023. Her store is called the Wicked Wonderland. Get into that. And they received a tip regarding a business within the city attempting to sell human bones, according to the affidavit, right? The tip included images from the store's Facebook page, which gave various human bones for sale, complete with pricing information. Y'all, so she was selling 2 human skull fragments for $90, a human clavicle and scapula for $90, a human rib for $35, a human vertebrae for $35, and partial human skull for $600. Where did she get this stuff? She told the police that the bones were indeed educational models and that the warrant would be required if further information was needed, the affidavit said. That is crazy. She confirmed to authorities that the store featured multiple bone fragments, all purchased from private sellers. Why do you even need this? And of course, Wicked Wonderland is currently temporarily closed, and the Schopper's arraignment has been scheduled for May 1st, according to court records. Lock her up. That's all I got for right now. I'll be back with something else. Bye, y'all.